Welcome to the Carriker Chronicles, the People Show. Checking the pulse of Husker Nation, brought to you by DPS Concrete Construction. You know, this is my gut reaction to Chubba Purdy entering the transfer portal. But before I get to that, okay, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to the people. I want to say thank you to everyone who watches this show, who supports the program, who supports me covering Husker football. For a kid who took speech therapy K through 5, Mary Shaw, you did a great job. Loved your animal crackers when I would say the word right back in the day. And a kid who was terrified of public speaking. And there were certain times when I wasn't the biggest fans of some folks in the media. There is a lot of good people in the media, though. I would have never imagined this. So thank you. When I decided to take this show on its own in January of last year, it was in large part due to the people telling me they wanted it, and I appreciate your support. So thank you for all of that. Also, I don't know when another Carriker Chronicles is going to happen because of the holiday break. So if I don't see you fine folks again, Merry Christmas. Now, I will say this, okay? I might do another show tomorrow. For the love of all that's holy, I just got done talking about how excited I am about this recruiting class, and I am. It's a top 20 class, and I think there's some underrated guys in there. And I'm chilling, I'm hanging out, I'm wearing socks with sandals. Yeah, I do that. I got my stretchy pants on. Yeah, I just admitted that. I at least threw on a halfway decent shirt, and I'm chilling. I get the news about Chubba Purdy hitting the transfer portal. You never know when a Carriker Chronicles is gonna pop up. So make sure you never miss it. Hit the subscribe button. And if you're at least just a little bit surprised by the news that Chubba's hitting the portal, smash that like button. Now here's the deal. I think part of the reason I was surprised, and I usually have a pretty good pulse on things, not always, but more often than not, because of things that Rhule said in his press conference today. He talked about, specifically, Chubba Purdy and Heinrich Haarberg deserve a chance to compete for a starting quarterback job without someone older than them being brought in. I'm paraphrasing, of course. And then, so specifically, Purdy and Haarberg. Sounds like he planned on them being there. So kind of seems like it's a surprise to him as well, if you ask me, because then he also says we have 4 young, talented quarterbacks in that quarterback room. Okay, he decided they were going to go young with the quarterback room, and they wanted to train them. That was his big thing. You don't plan on training somebody and dropping someone's name if you think they're leaving. Okay, so that's why I was a little bit surprised by this. Again, socks and sandals, stretchy pants on, enjoying my evening. But for me, here's the deal. I would have predicted, first of all, quarterback battle all off season, true quarterback battle this year, okay? But my early prediction, without a single 2024 practice having even happened yet, mostly because it's 2023, I thought I would have predicted that Chubba Purdy most likely would have had the advantage when it comes to being our game 1 starter next year, okay? And it wasn't some big advantage, but when you compare him to some of the other guys in that room, he's got experience, he's got talent, he's got ability, he's got a little bit of some of the things that I felt like some of the other guys didn't have, and to be clear, the other guys have a lot of talent, boatloads. I just thought he had that small edge to maybe even take a majority of the snaps throughout next year. Now, you never know how that's going to go because look at how this last season went. But here's my thing, okay? This decision was probably about year 2, though. It probably wasn't about next year. It was probably about 2 years from now. Because 2 years from now, okay, when Rhule is probably going to be, if he doesn't this fall already, going to be getting heavily pushed. And I don't mean pushed as in thrust into the spotlight, but I mean the expectation is the year 2 rolls around, he's going to be heavily pushed to be at the top end of that quarterback competition here at the University of Nebraska. Now, you got to keep in mind that'd be Purdy's senior year, okay? And Purdy now can go somewhere else. The rumor is Boise State is probably one of the likely favorite landing spots anyways. Eric Chinander, our former defensive coordinator. Is Eric Chinander poaching our quarterbacks? Like, is he doing that? I'm kind of joking, but kind of not. Okay, now Purdy can go somewhere and he can be a 2-year starter. Okay, whether it's Boise State or somewhere else. Now, this is Chubba's second time transferring. Okay, he was a 4-star recruit coming out of high school, and then he transferred from Florida State to Nebraska. He's got his degree, so he can immediately go play wherever he ends up transferring without any issues. So the question for Nebraska is, now what? Now what? Okay, our current quarterback room consists of 2 true freshmen, okay, Rhule, Daniel Kalen, who I both think very highly of, both Elite 11 quarterbacks. We've got 2 Elite 11 quarterbacks in that quarterback room right now. Okay, but they're obviously still true freshmen. A guy, I just love how he plays in Heinrich Harburg. Okay, a top 20 dual threat quarterback coming out of high school. Probably, of all these players, the least pure quarterback of the three. Not saying he can't do it, can't play it, because he obviously did it. Gonna get better. Love him. Okay, but I even talked about after Rhule committed to Nebraska, the potential of him maybe moving positions. That Rhule made clear that wasn't going to happen today in the press conference. It's definitely still not going to happen. And the kid can definitely still start for us and play for us. I love him. Okay, but you look at that quarterback room now, those are the three guys we have. All right, real quick, DPS Concrete Construction is the sponsor of this show because they're a quality company ran by a quality individual and Jason Armstrong. They do quality work. Okay, they're a great employer. If you're looking to do concrete type work, okay, if you're looking to have concrete type work done, check out dpsconstruction.net. Now here, in my opinion, I do think we have to get a transfer portal quarterback at this point. It's got to be the right fit though, which is going to be a bit of a challenge. And I'm going to dive into that in a second. Now, let me just throw a name out there. Casey Thompson, torn ACL. I don't know. Would he ever come back? I honestly, I don't know right now. I have not even brought his name up to anybody. I think I'm going to have to do so. So here's some of the top transfer quarterback options. Now, as you might imagine, they're not getting thin, they are thin. All right, Dylan Gabriel is the top quarterback in the transfer portal, going to Oregon. Riley Leonard going to Notre Dame. Will Howard, most likely going to USC, it looks like. Cam Ward, University of Miami. Kyle McCord, Syracuse. And then you get down to the 17th overall ranked transfer quarterback, DJ Ungalele. Okay, a 5-star coming out of high school, Clemson to Oregon State. It looks like he's trending towards Louisville or possibly Florida State. Okay, but you kind of have to break into that mold if you're Nebraska. Now we got to muscle out Louisville. We got to muscle out Florida State. And I don't know that they had any prior relationship with him beforehand. It would be challenging. You look at the guys that are more realistic. Okay, the number 7 overall ranked quarterback. I'm sorry, DJ was number 6. I read a wrong number here on my phone. Okay, this number 7 ranked quarterback and the first realistic option that's still got a lot of options, like his options are open, I should say. And the number 18 overall player in the transfer portal right now is Arkansas quarterback, former Arkansas quarterback. He's a senior. I don't think that's going to excite Matt Rhule. KJ Jefferson, a 4-star transfer portal player. And he's played for 3 offensive coordinators in 5 years. So that's something he's been dealing with. The next guy on the list, you drop down to the next reasonably available player that's realistic at all. Okay, number 11 quarterback, number 5 overall transfer portal player, Jordan McLeod out of James Madison, also a senior. He's a 4-star player in the transfer portal. Okay, number 15 quarterback available. You keep dropping down to who's not already committed. And the number 61 overall player, USC quarterback, Malachi Nelson. Now he's a freshman, 6'3", 182 pounds. He was a 5-star guy coming out of high school, currently a 4-star in the transfer portal. Okay, could be intriguing. I'll get to that in a second. I want to get ahead of myself, actually. Number 20 quarterback, 135 player overall in the transfer portal, former Hawaii quarterback Braden Shager, a junior, the same year as Heinrich Harburg, 6'3", 200 pounds, a 3-star. Okay, and the number 22 quarterback in the transfer portal. All right, 139 overall players, sophomore, Oregon, former sophomore Oregon quarterback Ty Thompson, 6'4", 215. He went from a 5-star player out of high school to a 3-star in the transfer portal. Now, there's more guys, okay? A guy like Malik Murphy from Texas who is in the transfer portal right now, even though Texas is in the CFP. I'm rooting against Texas and I hope they lose, but man, if Quentin Ewers goes down and then they got to play with their 3rd-string quarterback, I don't want to watch a CFP game like that. I want it to be a close loss for Texas, to be clear. Okay, now he's young, he's talented, but it looks like he's probably trending towards Duke, it seems. All right, now to be clear, I'm not even talking about players that, hey, do they fit our scheme or not? I think they're tweaking the scheme a little bit anyways based on the guys they've been recruiting. I'm not even talking about guys that I know we have previous relationships with. I'm just talking about quarterbacks, okay, that are just available. Obviously, there's more, and there's no need to panic at this point, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think we need to get a transfer portal quarterback, and I do think there needs to be a sense of urgency when it comes to this, okay? Now, my wife, she's like, why are you doing this video? This isn't a big deal. So maybe this isn't a big deal. I feel like it is. I feel like he would have been the guy that I would have predicted to at least start the season, maybe take a majority of snaps this upcoming season. And I feel like Matt Rhule probably was not expecting this. So I feel like it's at least somewhat of an eye catcher. Okay, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Now, questions for you fine folks at home. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts. All right, how important is it that Nebraska lands a transfer portal quarterback? Just let me know. Very, in the middle, or not that important? Number two, do you also believe, okay, this is connected to Dylan Rhule signing with the Huskers? Just simply answer yes or no. Okay, or had we brought in Kyle McCord, would this have happened anyways? Or some other guy, would this have happened anyways, is my point. All right, number three, how comfortable are you with Heinrich Haarberg or a true freshman, whether it be Daniel Kalen, Dylan Rhule, starting game one for Nebraska next year? Are you very comfortable with it, kind of comfortable with it, or not comfortable with it at all? All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, happy holidays, go Big Red, and always remember to throw the ball.